Hey everyone, how's it going? Lance here. Today is Wednesday, January 25th, 2017, and I am now 8 days post-op for my follicular unit extraction procedure that I have with Dr. Daniel McGrath out in Austin, Texas. So yeah, let's take a look. So going into my left side here, uh, all the grafts that were placed here have long since shed. And I think actually a few of the short hairs that were left behind even after the crust shed, now a few of the short hairs have kind of fallen off too. So it's still a little red in the left temporal peak. It's still a bit red coming from here to here, but I don't think anyone would really notice unless I pointed it out. But more importantly, let's look at the suture line. So this is going from my left to the center. And now we're going to go from my center to my right. So yeah, at this point, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I think this is it for my recovery from a follicular unit extraction procedure where, I didn't really have any swelling in my face this time. I didn't have to worry about any sutures getting removed, and I didn't really have any tightness in the back of my head. So this whole experience having an FUE procedure to kind of fill in my scar and just touch up my hairline, it's been a really great experience, and I just want to thank you all for watching my videos and for asking questions about how I can better serve you guys. One other thing I wanted to mention is the day before my procedure and then the day after my procedure out in Texas, I got a chance to interview Dr. McGrath and then a chance to interview Steve Cook. And when I get a chance, I'll really edit those videos and get a chance to upload them where I interview Dr. McGrath and kind of talk a little bit about the procedure that he did on me as well as a lot of the other services that he can provide and ultimately what you should look for in a hair transplant surgeon. And similar with Steve Cook, for those who don't know, Steve was actually my patient advisor before my first hair transplant procedure with Dr. Humer. They actually used to work together at the same practice. And then in 2014, Steve decided to work for Dr. Dan, and they had worked together at another point back in the 90s. So they had known each other for a long time. And Steve has more than 30 years of experience in the hair transplant industry. And a lot of the video that I'll share with him uh, has to do with how you can better research and what to look for in a surgeon, really what to look out for, because he's seen it all. He's seen everything. This guy has had more than 11 surgeries on his head, and he can tell you certainly what to avoid as well. So yeah, the next time you guys see me, I'll hopefully have a much better looking haircut when this stuff finally grows out, and I'll cut the top and the sides to blend this all in. And yeah, we just got to wait till next month when I get to 1 month post-op. That's kind of the story of my life with this blog, where you're just constantly waiting, where you're waiting for your surgery to happen. You're waiting in the middle of the procedure for it to be over, and then once you're in the midst of the recovery and the grafts come off, and if you had a strip procedure and your sutures get removed, now you're just waiting for the hair to come in. That's kind of the most frustrating part from months 1 to probably about months 1 to 3. So I don't expect most of the grafts that were placed in my suture line and then up here and here to really start coming in until maybe 4 months post-op. So yeah, with that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for following my recovery. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or comment in the comment section. And we'll see you next time. Take care.